Okay, so in this lesson I'll be showing you how to incorporate E chromatic with E pentatonic minor and G chromatic with G pentatonic minor. We're doing E chromatic starting on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. So we're covering 9, 10, 11 and 12. The same thing on the 2nd string, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And frets move back a fret and we're covering the frets 8, 9, 10 and 11 on the 1st string. That's the E chromatic scale. 12 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the next note would be E again, just an octave higher. It'd be the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to move to the 12th fret of our 1st string and play the E on the 1st string. And what we're doing here is we're just using the root note of E pentatonic minor, and we're playing the D, which is like the minor 7th. We're just going back and forth from the root note, the E, to the D, which is a minor 7th. And this is a G, which is a minor 3rd from E. So from E to G is a minor 3rd, but we're kind of bending it so that we play the major 3rd, which would be a G sharp. So that gives you that bluesy feel, that, you know, going from minor to major with bends, or that's playing both notes or bending it. So you get that bluesy feel. That's that idea of a minor 3rd and a major 3rd, and that always gives you that blues sound. It doesn't really matter whether you hold that or bring it back down after the bend, or use vibrato. And I'm using a B. So that is a perfect 5th from E. E to B is a perfect 5th. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using the upper part of the E pentatonic minor. And then I'm doing the exact same thing. So from chromatic, pentatonic, so E chromatic, E pentatonic minor. Then I'm staying in that position, my 1st finger on the 12th fret, and I'm going over to the 3rd string, and I'm doing the exact same thing as I just did. It's a movable shape, so I'm just doing it now on the 12th fret. So I'm going to be playing G chromatic, move back a fret, 1st finger on the 15th fret. So that there I'll be using the G, because I'm doing G pentatonic minor instead of E. So I'm using G and an F, and here we've got a B flat. So from G to B is from G to B flat is a minor 3rd, and then we're doing that little bend so that we have a major and a minor 3rd, using the 5th again. So the 5th from G is D. So I'm using the root note, the minor 7th, the minor third bending up to the major third, and the perfect fifth. So the exact same thing, you're just moving up. So E chromatic, E pentatonic minor, G chromatic, G pentatonic minor. So that was all ascending, going from the low register to the high. So kind of ascending up and then doing the same thing with, so from E into G. And what we can do is we can now descend as well. So the opposite of that, instead of E ascending, we would do E descending. So we would start on the E with our 12th fret of our first string with our little finger, and what I forgot to mention is when we do the ascending part, we start on an upstroke. And then we just keep alternating, but as long as you start with an upstroke, you'll be able to maintain outside string picking, which will be, if you wanted to play this faster, it'd be a lot easier. So now we're doing the descending version, and this time instead of starting on an upstroke, we're going to be starting on a downstroke. So we're starting on our 12th fret of our first string, which is E, and we're playing those four notes. And now we're going up a fret, and we're doing the second string and the third string. So starting on a downstroke. So don't forget to go up a fret when you're playing the second string. Move up a fret. So starting on 12, 11, 10, 9, then we move up a fret to 13, 12, 11, 10. We stay on the same frets for the third string, the 13th fret, the 12th, the 11th, and the 10th. And where we end those 12 notes, because we're doing the E chromatic, is the F. And moving our finger back one fret, we get back to the 9th fret, which is the E. So then we're just doing the exact same pentatonic idea as we did up here. We're just doing it an octave lower. So the E on the third string, the D, the minor 7th, which is a D on the 4th string, E again, D, E, and then we're going to the G, and we can do that bend so that we get a minor third and a major third. Don't worry too much if you don't quite bend it as far as a major third, from the minor third to the major third. As long as you hear that little, it sounds fine. It's almost like it's just vibrato that you're doing there. And there's the B again, which is also on the 9th fret of your 4th string. So we start on the 9th fret of our 3rd string, then we do the 12th fret of our 4th string, 12th fret of our 3rd string, and then back to so then we do the G. So the G, same thing, same pattern, but we're starting up, we're moving up, I should say, to the 15th fret, 12, 13, 14, 15, so 15th fret, and we're using a downstroke again when we descend. And also don't forget to go up a fret when you change from the first string to the second string. But when I played that bit, I actually changed that a little bit, and I go. again I'm playing the root note and the minor 7th. And there we have the D, which is the perfect 5th in G pentatonic minor. So, and then I'm playing the B flat, so the minor 3rd, and then I'm playing the G here with my little finger, and then I'm, well, little finger on the 15th fret, and then I'm just going down to the 3rd fret, and I'm playing going down to the 3rd fret, and I'm playing the G, a G power chord. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'll see you in the next one.